drained her of all of her red, and why? Hollywood has always had its fair share of dark secrets, but none as dark as the Black Dahlia. What's even creepier is there's details of this that people don't know. So let's get into one of the darkest mysteries in American history. On January 15th, 1947, a woman spotted what she thought was a mannequin laying on the side of the road. This was in a vacant lot in California, but it wasn't a mannequin. It was the remains of a young woman, 22-year-old Elizabeth Short. The details are chilling. She was cut completely in half and drained of all of her red. This happened with chilling precision, and she was staged there, almost as if someone wanted her to be found. She was slashed from ear to ear, what is known as the Glasgow Smile. Here's something that a lot of people don't know. Her body was washed. Someone carefully scrubbed away all of the evidence before putting her where she was. This was not sloppy work. This was surgical precision. Elizabeth Short was not famous in life, but she became very famous after this incident. Her nickname was the Black Dahlia. This was after the 1946 film The Blue Dahlia, but they created the Black Dahlia in memory of Elizabeth Short. Elizabeth was trying to break into acting. She was young, beautiful, and living in Los Angeles, Hollywood, California. But something eerie is that a lot of people describe her as mysterious, as almost as if she was holding secrets. And after she passed, people talked a lot, and they said that she had reputations with military men or Hollywood producers, even mobsters. But the truth was she was just a normal girl looking for fame. The LAPD launched a major investigation after she was found. Over 150 suspects were questioned. And here's another little snippet that a lot of people don't know. He taunted police. The person who did this taunted police. Days after she was found, the LA Examiner got a package. It had Elizabeth's pictures in it, her birth certificate, and even an address book with the pages torn out. And the person who did this scrubbed everything with gasoline so that they couldn't do fingerprints on it. Who thinks of that? That's not the end of it, because other letters were found with like those letters that you tear out of magazines and glue. That kind of lettering was found. It was mocking the investigation. This was insane. And I think what makes this so dark is there's a list of suspects that all look very good for this crime. First is Dr. George Hodel. He was a Hollywood physician, and he lived in this weird house. It was a mansion called the Soden House, and he was accused of abusing his own daughter. His own son claimed that he might have been the person that did this. And police at the time even bugged his house trying to see what he would say. I guess he confessed. But he said they can't prove it, and they couldn't. And there's Mark Hansen. He was a nightclub owner, and he was rejected by Elizabeth romantically. A lot of people say after this, he became obsessed with her. And there's Leslie Dillon. He was a bellhop, and he knew details that weren't public yet, and it was strange. Despite all of this, and that doctor looking really good for that crime, the LAPD has not solved this at all. It's still an unsolved mystery. No one has been brought to justice for this. Out of these suspects, who do you think did it? Please write below, because I want to know. And because this is one of the most scandalous, popular cases in history, there's a lot of theories. Some believe that this was a SK that was out there at the time. Others argue that this was a Hollywood cover-up because she knew something that she shouldn't have. And a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of real true crime people who have researched this case believe that this had medical training. The way that she was cut in half, some of the things that happened, it was precision. The way that she was drained, no normal human being would be able to do that, right? And one thing that a lot of people miss too is that doctor, there was dogs taken to his house, and they alerted that they found scent of human. This case and the story of Elizabeth Short has haunted people for decades. It's definitely one of Los Angeles's biggest crimes. Like I said, no person has ever been named in this crime, which is wild to me. So what's your biggest theory on this case? Do you think it was that doctor? Do you think it was a Hollywood cover-up or a police crime? I want to know all of the theories because people go wild with this one. And I also think it's important that we remember that she was not just the Black Dahlia. She was Elizabeth. She was someone who wanted to pursue acting, who was a real human being, who had family and loved ones. And this was one of the most tragic, horrific crimes in history. She was taken way too soon. She had so much potential, and it just breaks my heart. So let me know what you think below. Please be respectful, and I will see you next time because I post true crime content daily.